Greetings, shining bulls and shining bears, and welcome to this, the 16th episode of the Crypto Astrology Podcast. We are going to take a look at what this week holds for Bitcoin and Ether price. But first, please always feel welcome to check out the Shining Bull website, where I have all kinds of offerings for all suns, especially a trading signal service for day traders, a weekly forecast for both swing and day traders, or even for investors, it's useful, predictive books, and book bundle deals. I have a new book about Ethereum Layer 2s and another new book called Bitcoin Countries. And if nothing is within your price range, then make sure to just follow me on Twitter and get notifications for this podcast and my channel, as I give a lot of free info out here. Now we're going to take a look at this week in Bitcoin and Ether price. But first, everyone, I have a flash sale happening for my new book, Bitcoin Countries. And it's crazy actually, because that book is usually priced at $41 Canadian. It's worth probably millions to investors and forex traders. That's how valuable the information in that book is. But I'm offering my book for $4 Canadian instead of $41, a book that could be worth millions to you, depending on you, of course, is worth that. But from now through to September 4th only, my flash sale is giving you this book for only $4 Canadian. So check the details below. And the reason I'm doing this is that I want a lot of people to be able to access this book now, because I see that we are at a very important turning point, and it would be very useful to start preparing for the bullish future now, specifically now. So this is a long-term book, and it's very important, but this is the kind of moment where most people probably aren't thinking in a bullish long term, because sentiments are kind of depressed right now. However, your feelings are not actually reality, and that's my job as an astrologer. So to show you what's actually happening, or what's actually in store as per the movements of the grahas. So for that reason, I'm offering that specific book on an insane sale that, like business-wise, people would say I shouldn't even be doing it because this book is worth so much, but that's how much it means to me that all of you access this book. So check the details below. All right, now let me get back to this. Although I, the astrologer, live in Newfoundland, I am now giving out these predictions as per UTC time. So we are going to get into the day-to-day forecast for this week, but first I want to let you know about the week as a whole. I just want to let you know that last week Mercury's retrograde, as predicted, created an upswing, which you'll notice on the daily chart. And then that upswing was moderated because the Sun entered into opposition to Saturn very soon after that, and that initiated several downward retests. So before I get started with the day-to-day forecast, I need to let you know that this week, on Sunday, first of all, Sun will hit the exact opposition to Saturn. And then on Wednesday, we have a very important full moon, finding Moon in Aquarius. And I see that this week specifically is a big turning point, and I forecast that especially starting midweek, Bitcoin and Ether will start a very important upward movement, okay? So now I'll get into the day-to-day. So for Sunday, UTC, early before the dawn, an optimistic trend begins, marking the start of an upward correction influenced by the moon's Navamsha transit. Next, on Sunday UTC, there is a significant boost around mid-morning, especially benefiting Ether prices, as the Sun and Saturn, as I mentioned, reach exact opposition. And by late morning, this trend will be reinforced, increasing optimism and driving prices upward when the moon forms a trine to Jupiter. However, next, starting Sunday evening, there will be a significant downward movement as the moon exits its trine to Jupiter. And then late in the night, confusion regarding policies will lead to a further price drop as the moon joins Mercury, Venus, and Saturn in Sagittarius in the Navamsha. Monday UTC. At the very start of Monday UTC, there is a sudden downward movement due to the moon in Sagittarius forming an exact trine to retrograding Mercury. As dawn approaches, however, a sustained upward movement commences as the moon enters Capricorn. Early morning, there is another upward consolidation. Again, this is Monday UTC, with Mercury retrograding into a new Navamsha Pada. Then mid-morning, moon's trine to Mars pushes prices up. And I see that Monday we're mainly up largely because of moon's transit in relation to Mars. Also, if you want a lot more detail with like price points, again for swing traders, I have a weekly forecast. It's quite good. Next, Tuesday. Early Tuesday morning, there will be a steady gradual upward movement due to the moon entering the Taurus Pada of Shravana. Mid-morning, traders should be wary of a short-lived upward movement, followed by almost immediately by a drop as the moon opposes Venus. That's like day traders should be aware of that. I have a trading signal service for day traders. Then that gives like exact timestamps. By early afternoon, I see a strong up move on Wednesday UTC when moon joins sun in Cancer in the Navamsha. The rest of Tuesday, this is Tuesday UTC. The rest of Tuesday is quite mixed with upward and downward corrections. Again, day traders, check out my signal service. Next, Wednesday. The pre-dawn hours of Wednesday UTC show potential challenges as the moon enters into Aquarius. A sudden change in direction will then be observed around breakfast time due to the moon's exact trine to Ketu. So later in the morning, but still in the early morning. Then mid-morning events might cause a stir, especially concerning developers or hackers. But the outcome will be positive for the industry, influenced by the moon's position in the D9 of Dhanishta. This will be followed by a strong upward movement around lunchtime and a downward trend in early afternoon. Then most of the afternoon is down as moon transits with Saturn. This is again still, this is Wednesday. Okay, but then in the evening, Wednesday UTC, there is an upward shift with moon hitting Mars's cuspal degree and then passing Saturn in Aquarius and entering into opposition to the sun, heading into the full moon. So that's where I see a big turning point starting. Okay, so already. Next Thursday UTC. Early Thursday morning UTC is the full moon, and I see this initiating an upward trend which will become very clear on the daily chart. Next Friday UTC, I see that we are up most of the day, and this is going to be especially benefiting ether price. Friday is when Mercury retrogrades into trine to Jupiter, and I see this bringing in a lot of fortune for the crypto industry. Next, Saturday UTC, early morning is up, but then around 7 a.m. UTC, a significant downward correction starts when Mercury retrogrades into Libra in the Navamsha, joining Jupiter and Ketu there. In the evening, once moon hits Mercury's cuspal degree, an up move should initiate again. All right, so that was the weekly forecast for the week ahead in Bitcoin and Ether price. And I've already told you all about my signal service for day traders and my weekly forecast for swing traders, which is quite good. And it's also good for day traders to get the weekly context. It gives price points, my weekly forecast does. And the trading signal service is just like a lot of timestamps, and it's for professional traders to use along with your technical indicators. So you're aware basically of when the important movements are happening in the sky that often will be creating, or yeah, will basically be creating the price action. And so my trading indicators, my trading signals work with time, and your technical indicators will be giving you the information about the price points, price targets. And so my trading signals should be used in tandem with your technical indicators. But then my weekly forecast, I give you the astrological price points that I see, that as per the astrology, we have important resistance levels or important targets that are being sought by the charts, by the collective consciousness. Okay, and then of course my books give the larger market context. And don't forget about this incredible, insane flash sale on that one book, Bitcoin Countries. You'll see details below. Okay, so now let's talk about some news items from the past week. And again, although I, the astrologer, am physically located in Newfoundland, I am referencing UTC time as opposed to my time zone here in Newfoundland. First, SHIB, and yeah, I saw a comment, sorry for not mentioning SHIB last week. That was very interesting, but maybe it's good that I waited so I can give you more info. So, on Wednesday, August 16th at night, UTC, the Shiba Inu's Ethereum Layer 2 network called Shibarium was launched. However, there was a major technical issue that led to strong reactions, like strong emotional reactions, and a price drop for SHIB on that day. And astrologically, that day was not favorable because Moon was transiting with a closely conjunct Mercury and Mars in Leo, while Sun, the ruler of Leo, transited in Gandanta in Ashlesha. So had I been advising Shiba Inu as their Vedic astrologer, I would have recommended against them launching their mainnet on that date. Definitely. It's very clear that that was a bad date for them to do that on. However, it appears that the launch on August 16th was the private mainnet launch. And then positive news about Shibarium's public launch hit the crypto press on Thursday, August 24th this past week, when Mercury went retrograde, trining at that moment Shiba Inu's natal Jupiter. Now, from an astrological perspective, I predict immensely positive developments for Shibarium. First, on Monday, September 4th, when Jupiter turns retrograde in Aries, in exact trine to Mercury, while the Moon transits with Jupiter. And that might be the date for the public launch. Could be, because that's pretty strong there. And then, additionally, I need to tell you that later this year, on Saturday, December 30th, when Jupiter turns direct in trine to Shiba Inu's natal moon, this will start a whole new era for the SHIB token, which I have been talking about for a very long time. From the beginning, I told everyone this is not a meme coin. The chart is very strong. And so anyway, Saturday, December 30th, that happens. And so this whole new era that's going to start for the SHIB token begins first with a strong price surge, which will then take SHIB totally out of the meme coin category and into blue chip status. And this is because Shiba Inu's natal moon rules the 8th house, where Sun, the 9th house lord, is placed. And that's going to trigger this complete shift. And I see this token making us a lot of money, basically, on the longer term, in this bull run itself, this coming bull run. Okay, so that's that. Next, some important news from the FBI. On August 22nd, the FBI stated on their website that they believe that North Korea's Lazarus Group and APT38 are planning a significant Bitcoin cash out. On that day of the FBI's announcement, Moon transited in Libra opposing Jupiter. Now, I have previously predicted major governmental Bitcoin sell-offs in October when the same sign of Libra will be powerfully activated by the transits. And in my predictions, I specifically pointed to the US government selling off its Bitcoin. And details about those predictions are on my website, where I have a lot of different news articles. You should definitely bookmark my website and peruse it with your morning coffee every now and then, because I put up news articles and future news articles there to keep you more in touch with what I see happening. Anyway, this recent event of the FBI's announcement further supports my forecast, because again, Moon was transiting in that sign, which is going to be activated, causing the sell-offs in October, which I forecast. I forecasted significant governmental Bitcoin cash outs, again, as a reminder, on October 3rd and October 18th. And perhaps it will be the United States, perhaps it will be North Korea, or perhaps it will be both of them. Okay, so that's all for this week. And lastly, remember, check the details below about my crazy flash sale for my new book, Bitcoin Countries. It could be worth millions to you, depending on you yourself. It's immensely valuable, possibly worth millions of dollars to crypto investors and forex traders. Normally it's priced at the already low price for its worth of 41 Canadian dollars, but this flash sale that lasts until September 4th is giving you this book for $4 Canadian, which is crazy, but that's how much I care about this really important long-term information getting out right now to all of you. And share it, the info about the sale, so that more people will get this book. Okay, thank you. Check the details below, and I'll see you next week.